this is how you would place a pattern piece on your fabric and make sure that you are lined up with your grain line that's marked on your piece. Most patterns will also come with a layout which will help you know exactly where you should put all your pattern pieces depending on what size you're cutting out. But if you were just cutting out one piece, you want to identify where your grain line is. It should be one long straight line. It's a bit easier on bigger pieces than it is smaller ones because you've got a few points of reference. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our pattern piece on top of the fabric. This one I need to cut a pair, so my fabric is folded in half here. Then I'm going to measure from the edge of my selvage all the way up to my grain line, and that is exactly 20 centimeters. So I'm just going to pop a pin up here in my fabric through both layers, and that will just keep that in place at 20 centimeters. And then I will just go a bit further down my pattern, and then you can see here that is also 20 centimeters, but you can move it slightly if you need to adjust. So we're going to measure from our selvage, get it to 20 centimeters. It's really important you follow your grain line so that you prevent your fabric from warping as you wash it, but also it's the strongest point of the fabric. So if you were to cut this on the bias, you would have a totally different fit for your garment. And then once you've kind of got it stable, you've got your grain line in place, you can then go around and pin the rest of your pattern. Trying to keep your pins as flat as possible. If you bunch them up too much, you might warp the edge of the fabric. So if you do this, that might be fine if you push it flat, but you could end up with pinches in your fabric. And I try and pin as much as possible within my seam allowance here. There we go. Once it's all pinned, we can then cut around the edge.